everyone, this is Alena, and today we're going to talk about some reasons why you might be experiencing low motivation, as well as some ways to help. So motivation is something everyone wants, but some of us struggle to get and maintain. Many of us have great intentions, but lack the energy or focus to follow through on what we originally set out to achieve. So here are 6 things I came up with to help us understand where low motivation may be coming from, as well as help us find a path towards healing. All right, so number 1, the first one I wanted to share about today was brain health. So the brain is an important organ in the body, as you know, and you may not be giving it what it needs to thrive. The brain needs oxygen, water, fat, healthy carbohydrates packed with antioxidants. The brain also needs 7 to 9 hours of sleep to organize the events of the day, heal, and store new memories. If we're dehydrating our brain by not drinking enough water or just eating sugary and processed foods, it makes sense that our brain is struggling to give us the motivation and energy we need for even a workout. It's enough just to do daily life. It also makes sense that we may be swayed by our emotions instead of the logical part of our brain because we're just so tired if we're not getting enough sleep. All right, so number 2, stressors. There are many people walking around who are weary and discouraged due to the situations that seem impossible to solve. This can cause chronic anxiety and stress that could lead to burnout or depression type symptoms, meaning the body's just exhausted and in the constant state of stress and worry. Also, emotions come up, such as sadness or unresolved grief can play a really big role in motivation. Unresolved grief can be very exhausting, and it could just be enough to get out of bed. It's a heavy weight. Another emotion that can be very draining is anger and resentment. If you're walking around holding on to this and it's literally leaking energy out the other side of you, maybe examining your anger would be important, and processing it through with a trusted counselor may also be very helpful. Holding on to resentment can only hurt you. Remember, forgiveness doesn't mean you need to be back in a relationship with someone or that you're even okay, things happen. It's just taking steps towards freeing you. Okay, so number 3. Another factor that may be causing low motivation is a lack of personal boundaries with either work or people around you. If you're constantly giving to everyone but don't have anything left for yourself, you're going to be depleted. The better you can take care of yourself, the healthier you will be for others. It could be helpful to take a step back and examine, what am I saying yes to? What am I saying no to? And what do I need to change to take care of myself? Number 4, the next is a mindset that you can't make changes in your own life. This is a term called learned helplessness. You could have learned this message early on in your life, but it's a big red flag when it comes to motivation. Working towards changing this mindset through capturing your negative thoughts may be really helpful to you. Doing some therapy to try to understand why you feel like you can't make changes. Maybe even trauma work could be needed for because many of you have experienced things where you were helpless and out of control. So helping you take back control of your life may be really important. Number 5, I wanted to share something super interesting with you that I'll expand on more in another video, but it's the impact of the nervous system on low motivation. Our bodies are designed to be on the lookout for potential danger. When there's a perceived threat, the thinking and logical part of our brain, the prefrontal cortex, shuts down, and the emotional part, the limbic system, takes over. In our lives, some of us may have experienced a shutdown or freeze, fear-based response, survival response in our body at one point in our lives. This is called being in a state of hypoarousal or dorsal vagal shutdown. This affects the body's ability to find and keep the energy to thrive and create. We are in more of a protection mode or a preservation mode to make sure nothing bad happens. So fast forward to the current state of low motivation. The body could be connecting feelings or thoughts back to that same freeze response due to present day triggers or even unresolved trauma. This may look now like apathy or symptoms of depression, numbing, disconnection. And the way out of this is going to be through certain types of movement, breath work, things that we can do to wake up the body and help it to feel excited, creative, and alive. I'm going to be doing a whole video on this very, very soon, but I had to share it with you. All right, so the last piece that I wanted to share with you today is about environment. You've heard me say this before, but who are you hanging out with? We become like those top 5 people. Are they motivated to take care of their own health? If they are, you might be more too. Maybe decide to join a recovery group or a workout class. Baby steps. Just be around people who want to grow and heal and people who are grateful and encouraging. That will help you develop this mindset of gratitude. Or it could simply be changing the music you're listening to or who you follow on social media. I hope these things were very helpful to you today as we learned about some things that could be causing low motivation. I know it's a complicated topic that I covered quickly, and I wanted to share some small steps about how to combat low motivation. In another video, I'm going to be sharing a lot more of what you could do to increase energy, healing, and purpose to help you increase that level of motivation. I hope this equips and encourages you today.